Welcome everyone. In this session, we will discuss the role of a ship's engineer in the yard and what your responsibilities are in safeguarding yourself, your crew, and the ship during repair activities. The very nature of a modern docking introduces a wide range of hazards that are completely different from the ship's normal routine. When a ship enters a repair yard, roving squads of shipyard workers and contractors, often from various nationalities, are all over the place. The activity in the yard is intense, often continued around the clock, and this destroys the ship's natural daily working rhythm. It introduces perils that we do not normally encounter during regular ship's operation. Understanding the shipyard environment. As ship's engineer, we must understand that shipyards are hazardous areas. There are unfamiliar procedures, open structures, heavy machinery, scaffoldings, and many contractors who may not know your ship. Because of this, your primary role is to safeguard yourself and safeguard the ship. Work expectations from crew. In many companies, there is a tendency to increase the amount of work expected from the crew while the ship is in dock. This is only manageable if a strong safety culture exists on board. There have been occasions where crew members were prevented from doing certain hazardous tasks simply because they were untrained. Ideally, crew should not be given additional dangerous work. Their main role should be the supervision of work by external parties. Duties of ship's engineer in the yard. During repair, the ship's engineer have several important responsibilities. You may be required to supervise pumping operations during inspections and tests. You will oversee commissioning trials after repairs are completed. You will also deal with contractors and workers who may not be adequately trained or who may not be familiar with the systems on your ship. This requires constant alertness and vigilance. Common risk and incidents. There have been many accidents involving cleaning gangs and contractors. For example, while cleaning the gas side of a boiler, workers sometimes use the wrong manhole exit and end up on unsafe platforms. Language barriers may make it difficult to explain safe behavior. This is why ship's staff must always be extra vigilant about the outside workers on board. Importance of risk assessment. Formal, Formal risk assessments form the foundation for carrying out both routine and extraordinary tasks. In the yard, these tasks involve a number of hazards such as ultra high pressure water blasting up to 4000 bar, heat, fumes, and noise, scaffolding structures with temporary walkways and lighting, restricted access due to open tanks and compartments, trip hazards from stripped machinery, vehicles like cherry pickers and forklifts, confined spaces where risk may have changed, grit blasting, hot work, and the precautions necessary for safe working, guarded openings, industrial radiology, which involves radiation risk. Understanding and evaluating these risks before starting any job is essential. Use of telecards. One area that is given particular emphasis is the use of the personal telecard. Every crew member and every contractor is issued a telecard. This card must be placed in the tally rack at the bottom of the gangway when boarding the ship. This system ensures that in the event of an emergency evacuation, the yard can immediately determine who is still on board. It is a critical part of personal safety during repair operations. Yard alarms and muster information. The yard also provides important information regarding daily siren times, shift changes, emergency alarm signals, and the routes to designated muster station. All of this is included in the safety guidance booklet, and it is essential that every crew member studies it. Daily safety audits. Every ship in the yard is subject to a daily audit visit by the safety manager. The safety manager makes himself known to the master and superintendent and evaluates safety using a scoring system. If any seriously unsafe condition is found, work may be stopped immediately. Safety meetings. During yard operations, safety meetings are held regularly. The first agenda item is always health and safety. During these meetings, anyone can raise problems they are facing on board and corrective actions are planned. This ensures ongoing safety control throughout the repair period. Yard safety management system. Ship owners should expect the shipyard to have a certified safety management system that protects its customer, contractors, and crew. This includes procedures for safe working, safe access, and emergency response. Safety induction training. Every crew member undergoes safety induction training as soon as possible after the ship arrives in dock. This 1 hour training is usually conducted by the yard's health and safety department. It covers hazards that may be encountered, preventive and protective measures, rules to follow when working or living on board in the yard. The induction process may be held on board or in the shore safety training room. It is mandatory for all crews and contractors. Scaffold and access safety. All scaffold structures in the yard are regularly inspected and marked with a safety tag. Ship's crew must be familiar with the yard's tag system before using any scaffold or temporary walkway. Overall responsibility. To summarize, the roles of a ship's engineer in the yard is rooted in safety, supervision, and risk control. You must protect yourself, your crew, and your vessel. You must monitor the work of contractors, ensure compliance with safety rules, and participate in risk assessments, maintain communication with the yard, and stop unsafe work whenever necessary. So, finally, repair yards are dynamic and risky environments. The responsibility of maintaining safety and preventing accidents lies heavily on the ship's engineer. By being vigilant, following procedures, and understanding the hazards, you safeguard not only the ship but everyone working on it. So, thank you. That's it for today.